Okay, welcome Powell family to Restore and Rewind. Today you are going to need a set of yoga bricks, a blanket, and a strap. But before we get into the stretch, we're actually going to start with a guided meditation. So find yourself in a comfortable seat. You can sit on your bricks. I have a meditation bench, but maybe you have a pillow or something that makes your sit really comfortable. Just somewhere you can sit for about 10 minutes. So if even sitting doesn't feel suitable for you, maybe lie down, something where you can kind of just let go of any stress or tension in the body as we find ourselves in our comfortable sit. So welcome to this healing session for anxiety. So our focus for this meditation is going to be releasing anxiety. So I invite you either to close the eyes or maybe to allow your gaze to soften onto the floor in front of you. So just take a moment to get comfortable in your relaxed position and start to let go of your daily stresses. Allow yourself to just be here and now and letting your body just be. You don't have to do or change anything because our bodies naturally want to be calm and relaxed. Sometimes thinking too much or being too tense and anxious doesn't allow us to relax. So naturally, we must let go of any need to control the present moment and the future outcomes. We feel anxious because we tend to overanalyze what we think will happen today, tomorrow, or the next week. We do this out of habit because in the past, situations and outcomes that didn't happen the way we expected. And we tend to feel that we need to be in control or be worried. In order to change this habit, we must change our self-image and create new beliefs. That's what this session will teach us. But first, we need to get in a relaxed state and go within, calming our mind and focusing on the breath. I will count down, and with each number I say, allow yourself to fully inhale within the belly and exhale out through the belly. And with each breath, allow yourself to feel more and more relaxed, taking you into a deep state of peace. I will count down now. 5. Take a full breath. And as you exhale, feel the tension loosen. 4. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, feel even more relaxed and tensions letting go. 3. Full breath in and out, allowing the mind to become calm and clear. 2. Inhale deeply. And when you exhale, observe how the need to control subsides as you become even more relaxed. 1. As you take your last breath and exhale slowly, feeling tension is gone and you feel peace and tranquility. Now looking within, allow yourself to say, I've survived this before. I'll survive now. I'm strong and I persevere through anything. I know that I am not my anxiety. I can take things one step at a time. I live only in this moment. I approach this situation with openness and curiosity. I'm in charge of my breathing, and I can slow it down when I need to. I enjoy my feelings of inner calm. I'm actively taking steps to reduce my anxiety. I'm talented and have many things to offer. I cultivate patience to overcome anxiety. I am courageous and can make it through everything. I use my unique strengths to move beyond anxiety. I know what I value, and I place my energy there. I am comfortable and connected with my environment. I can find pleasure in life right now. I will only allow for healthy decisions in my life. I am a strong, independent person. And to yourself, repeat after me. I am loved. I am unique. I am important. I matter, therefore I am worthy. I can do this. Allowing for a moment those words to sit with you. Breathing in, I am love. Exhaling out, I am unique. Inhaling in, I am important. Exhaling out, I matter, therefore I am worthy. Allowing your mantra to be, I can do this. And allow yourself to hold on to that thought as we continue to release anxiety. I love who I am. I am in control. I control my mind. It does not control me. I have the power to stop this. I succeed in what I do. I am relaxed. I am calm. I am successful and free from my anxiety. I am in control. I am above the stress of any kind. All is well. I am safe. I am prepared for change. I am strong. I acknowledge when it is difficult, and I know I will rise above it. Now I will count down from 5. And with each number, allow yourself to gain more and more awareness of the present moment. And as you do, allow yourself to bring along everything you've gained from your meditation. Taking action with a new mindset, ready to tackle any challenges without getting anxious or worried. 5, coming back slowly. 4, feel how your body is laying or sitting. 3, becoming more alert. 2, being aware of your surroundings a little bit more. And 1, feeling awake and refreshed. Beautiful job. Start to deepen the breath and maybe invite in small movement, allowing the eyes to flutter back open if they close. And thank you for joining for that guided meditation. Whenever you're ready, transition out of your seat. And slowly come all the way back up. And take a moment, just roll the shoulders and bring more awareness and alertness to the body. Switching the direction. Let the left ear fall to the shoulder, opening to the right side of the neck. Let it fall off to the other side, right ear to the right shoulder. Bringing the neck back through neutral, releasing the hand to the hip and reaching the opposite arm up and over, stretching through the side body. Slowly windmilling or cartwheeling to the other side. And gently coming back through center. Go ahead and grab your blanket. And maybe if it's a long blanket, unraveling it once or twice. So you have maybe a 2x3 space of blanket. And then we're going to tightly roll it all the way up into a little roll, making ourselves a little bolster. And then just make sure you smooth out any wrinkles or wedges. And then we're going to place it starting right behind the hips, above the knees. From there, coming all the way onto the back, planting the feet onto the earth, we're going to slide it right underneath the tailbone or the sits bones, allowing it to support us, keeping the hips slightly higher than the upper body. Bring one knee into the chest at a time. Bending the knees, we're going to reach the hands to the outside of the feet. And if you need more, feel free to double up the blanket to lift the hips a little higher if reaching to the feet is not comfortable for you. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Flex the feet as if you're holding up the ceiling. And then allow the knees to melt towards the earth as you pull the feet down towards the body. Feeling a nice deep stretch through the hamstrings and through the hip flexor. Just take that body scan. Notice if you're holding tension through the upper body or shoulders and soften. Stay with the breath that you built through your meditation, a purposeful inhale and exhale. Keeping that mind in that relaxed and reduced stress state. Knowing that the mind and body are deeply connected. So if we want to find the rest and digest part of the nervous system, it starts with the mind. So if we start to wonder about the future or what today might bring, work assignments, you invite that into your practice right now. Without any judgment, just acknowledge those thoughts arising and then try to gently dismiss them. Allowing yourself to just be present. Allowing the body to restore from all the trauma we put it through in our exercises and in our day-to-day lives. Just take a couple more rounds of breath. And if the hips are really tight, we might be really feeling this. So just focus on the breath and staying grounded. And then from there, slowly release, letting go of the feet. Keeping everything as it is, but we're going to extend the legs out long onto the floor, keeping the hips lifted on this folded blanket. And allow the arms to fall overhead. So the hips are still lifted higher than the upper body and now higher than the ankles. Allowing the front side body to take up space and to open up. And again, just keep coming back to your breath. Allowing that to be what grounds you. And taking another round of breath here. And slowly releasing the hands down towards the outside edges of that blanket. Bending the knees, placing the feet flat onto the earth. And as you lift the hips, slide the blanket out from underneath of you, and then lower down one vertebra at a time. Rolling onto one side to gently press ourselves up to sit. And then coming onto the knees. Keeping this blanket rolled, place it to the tippy top of your mat. And then bring your knees about halfway back. So right about the midpoint of your mat and then a couple inches behind. Come through tabletop. So make sure the feet are untucked so we're on the shoelace part of the foot. Knees are directly beneath the hips. We're going to reach the hands out long towards that bolster. Keeping the hips back. So make sure the hips didn't just come forward along for the ride. And then from here, slowly melt so the forehead comes to the earth. Now, if bringing the forehead to the earth isn't comfortable for the neck, feel free to place a yoga brick under the forehead to keep it slightly lifted. But keep this long reach through the upper body. Arms are lifted off the mat. Arms are super active and energized. Feeling a big stretch and opening through the entire shoulder girdle, through the chest, the lats, the upper back, the arms. And keep coming back to your breath. And know that we hold a lot of tension and anxiety in the upper body. So if your shoulders and arms are talking very loudly to you right now, just acknowledge that the upper body is where we hold all that tension. And then try to soften whatever is talking louder. The shoulders are tight and they're all we feel right now. Can we try to soften? If it's the chest and the upper back, again, can we try to soften? Not relaxing through the arms, keeping them energized, but just softening through each area. And take another breath here. And without moving the upper body, just slide the hands down and then sit the hips all the way onto the heels, letting the hands come to the feet and releasing the upper body. And slowly bring the hands under the shoulders and lift yourself back up. Coming back through your tabletop position, we're going to reach the right arm to the side wall and then gently glide it underneath the left arm, coming all the way onto the shoulder and the cheek. That folded blanket is still to the top of the mat, so reach your left arm to the center of that blanket. Feeling an opening for the chest and the shoulders and the upper back. And then again, just take that scan through the body. Notice if we're holding any extra tension, tightness in the body. And we try to soften that area. We're going to keep everything as it is, but slowly walk the knees all the way back to lay on to the right hip. So the right arm stays, the left arm stays, but we're laying now on our side. Keep everything again as it is, but slowly roll onto your back. Keep reaching that left arm overhead. We're going to bring the right hand to meet the left and interlace the fingers. And then take both feet to what is now the bottom right edge of your mat. So you're making a little half moon shape with your body. You're kind of contracting to the right side, really lengthening to the left. Stretching out through those intercostal muscles between the ribs. Still focusing on the upper body as the arms are extended nice and long overhead. And take another breath here. And slowly just bring the legs and arms back in line with the body, coming into like a vertical plank, and then release the arms down by the side. Bend your right knee, foot flat onto the floor, and then place your left ankle on the top of the thigh, making a figure 4 with your legs. Reach through to hug the right knee into the chest, feeling a nice deep stretch the outside of the left hip. So as you pull the right knee closer, actively push your left knee away from the body. And if you need a little more, you can release the left hand, place it on the inside of that left knee, and use that to gently push the knee even further away, finding a deeper stretch to that glute. And again, just keep coming back to your breath. Noticing how the stretch feels in the body. Are we tensing through the shoulders as we hug the knees in? Did our breath become more restricted? Did the mind start to wander away onto other things? And then just gently guide it back to being present right here on your mat. Keep everything exactly as it is, but release the arms, allowing them to find a cactus shape next to the body, or like a field goal. Let both legs fall off to the right side so your left foot becomes completely flat onto the earth. Once the left foot makes contact, gently push the left ankle into the right thigh. So we're driving the left knee away from the body, feeling a stretch rotating from the outside of the hip and around into that hip flexor. Keeping the gaze up to the sky, the chest is open. And take another breath here. And then slowly bring the legs back up and release your legs out long. We're just going to reach the arms across the body, taking the fingertips as close as we can to the shoulder blades, almost like you're hugging yourself. We want to keep the elbows lifted towards the sky. So if they're starting to rotate down the body, pull them up so they're pointing towards the sky. And then maybe walk the hands even closer towards one another behind the body. And just notice if we're shrugging, can we relax the shoulders down away from the ears? And focus more on the mobility and the opening coming from the shoulder joints, rather than having that tense muscular engagement. And then on the exhale, slowly release. And whatever way feels good for you, slowly transition back into tabletop. Maybe just rolling all the way up and crossing over, or rolling back through center, as we'll go through that whole series on the other side. So take a nice deep breath, inhale and exhale. And we'll start with melting heart. So keeping the knees over those hips, or under the hips, sorry. Reach the arms out long, and then slowly let that forehead melt to the earth. So keeping the hands in line with the shoulders, reaching out long. So the hands aren't touching, but they're shoulders distance apart. Knees are right directly beneath those hips. Feet are untucked onto the shoelace part. Maybe the big toes come together, maybe the feet stay in line with the ankles. And forehead is grounding either on the earth or onto a brick. Arms are lifted off the floor. And take another breath here. We're slowly going to let the forearms hit the floor. Walk the legs back to come onto the belly first. Keeping this left arm nice and straight into the left side of that blanket, we're gently going to roll onto that hip. And then keep rolling, keep rolling. Stacking the hands one on top of the other. And then walking both feet towards what is now the bottom left corner of the mat. And again, finding that half moon shape through the body. Making sure that left arm stayed straight, and now the right hand is stacked on top of that left. Contracting through the left side body and lengthening through the right. Taking up space between all those little spaces between the ribs. Stretching through the intercostals, through the fascia, the connective tissue, ligaments and joints. And feeling that side body really take up space. Take another breath here. And then just slowly bring the legs back in line with the body. And then gently let the arms fall down by your side. Bending your left knee, foot flat onto the floor. And placing your right ankle on top of the left thigh. Gently hug the left knee into the chest as you drive the right knee away from the body. And keeping the legs where they are, slowly release the hands. This time, extending them out from the shoulders like a T. And let both legs fall off to the left side so your right foot grounds onto the earth. And then press your right ankle into the left thigh to drive the knee away from the body. And then slowly release. Bring everything back through center. Hug the knees into the chest and gently just rock side to side, massaging the spine and the low back. And slowly coming back through center. In whatever way feels best for you, rolling yourself back up to sit, whether you come through the side or maybe you just roll all the way up. And we're going to keep this rolled blanket. And now we're going to place it running parallel with the long edges of our mat. So make sure that it's long enough to support you when you lay down from tailbone to the top of your head. So if your blanket is tiny, maybe grabbing another blanket to match it. But we're going to pull that right against the bottom of our tailbone and then slowly drape ourselves. So the bolster that we've just made is running right in between the shoulder blades and supporting the entire length of your spine and the back of your head. Once you get there, we're going to butterfly out the legs. So bringing the bottom of the feet together and letting the knees gently melt towards the earth. You feel a nice deep opening through both hip flexors. You might feel a little wobbly side to side on this bolster. So we're going to bring the arms either into a T shape or a cactus shape, depending on the flexibility and the openness through the tissue and the chest and the shoulders. If cactus shape doesn't feel good, maybe just letting them fall off like a T. Or if you really want to start to open up, allow them to grab opposite elbows above the crown of the head. As long as that doesn't cause us to stress and strain through the shoulders. And just start to notice. Can you allow the knees to melt even closer to the floor, releasing tension through the hips? When we sit so much throughout the day, the hips get so tight. So can we soften there and allow even more space? When we type or we're on our phone so much, we're tense through the upper body, so the shoulders and the back feel tight. So can we soften and allow all that connective tissue to restore and rejuvenate? If we suffer from chronic neck pain or low back pain, targeting the shoulder girdle and the hips are a big part of releasing that joint pain. And sometimes sitting in these poses can be very difficult. The body and the mind want to move. So I invite you to find even more stillness. Connective tissue takes a minimum of 3 minutes under pressure before it can build resilience. So in this butterfly sit, does the hips start to talk, especially if they're tight? Rather than giving into that instinct of moving and bailing, can we settle into the uncomfortableness? And then maybe find that point where the body actually starts to let go. So if you find that challenging, I invite you to come back to your breath. Coming back to your mantra for the meditation, that you are capable of enduring hard things. That your mind does not control you. Rather, you control your mind. That you matter and that you are worthy. And take another breath here. And then slowly bring your hands back down to your sides. And then very gently releasing the hips, bring the knees back together. And it might be in this moment coming out, you start to realize the tightness through the hip joint. Just rolling off to one side, keeping that blanket rolled, but sliding it out away from you and coming back onto the back. And then just allowing the knees to windshield wiper side to side to release all of that through the hips and the low back. As we come into our 2 final stretches and poses. If you have a tight low back, might be when you want to grab a yoga block instead of this folded blanket. But whatever is going to suit you best. We're going to take either the blanket or the bricks and place them between the legs, maybe between the knees and the upper thighs. And then we're going to let both legs fall off towards the right side while we keep our left shoulder grounded with the earth. So if the low back is tight and the legs can't find grounding in the earth, you might need a brick, something a little thicker, to help keep the knees, again, pushing into something. And then coming into your supine spinal twist, we can again cactus shape the arms, or maybe we opt to take them out like a T. Not focus so much on the upper body, but to allow this twist to decompress through the spine and the low back. Making sure the outside of the right knee is grounded and the inside of the left leg is finding contact with either that brick or that blanket. Making sure we feel the earth beneath the left shoulder blade. And taking another breath here. And then on the exhale, all we're going to do is walk the feet up and then let the legs fall off to the opposite side. Again, finding grounding through all points of contact. the outside of the left thigh, the inside of the right thigh, either finding grounding through the left thigh, through that blanket or through that block. And then the right shoulder blade and arm finding contact with the earth. Keeping the chest and the gaze open towards the ceiling or the sky. And then slowly we're going to slide the blanket or the block out from between the legs. Bring the knees back up through center. One last time, gently hug the knees into the chest and rock side to side. I must be talking softly because Yuki's making an appearance, which never happens. Hello, Yuki. Take a couple more rocks back and forth here. And then just allow the legs to fall off straight, laying on your back. And we'll take 3 rounds of cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale audibly through the mouth. 2 more. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. 1 more round of breath. And then slowly rolling over to your right side. And then using your left arm to gently press yourself back up. Taking a nice deep breath at the top. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Yes, everybody's thinking. Slowly bringing your hands to your heart. Thank you, Powell family, for joining me for Rest and Restore. From my heart to yours, be well.